Hello, my beautiful divine souls, and welcome back to the Wicked Exposed channel, where I'm your divine intuitive messenger, Empress J, here to deliver to you, once again, another intuitive message from Spirit. To my returning soul tribe members, welcome back once again as we kick our way through these wicked tarot screeds. And to those of you who are new here to the channel, welcome. Welcome. Over here, we sugarcoat nothing when it comes to these intuitive messages. Why? Because Spirit wants you to get all the smoke when it comes to these wicked energies. And with that being said, my loves, at the end of this intuitive message, if you like the way the Spirit uses this vessel to give you the confirmation that was needed to start your healing journey, then by all means, my love, hit that like, share, and subscribe, and come by with the Empress J Tribe. I would love to have you as another one of my returning Soul Tribe members. Out here on the table, my loves, we already have our two rows of energies. Our first row of energy consists of your current energy, followed by these current energies or thoughts of the mind or words that were spoken in a way that's going to pertain to these current energies. And so, with that being said, I've already welcomed in my holy and spiritual angels, along with my holy and spiritual ancestors of the Seated Master Readers. So we're all tuned in and ready to deliver to you what Spirit wants you to know at this moment in time. All right. So when it comes to our current energy, which is the first row of energy here, this first current energy card here consists of this masculine energy and this feminine energy who are in the lover's energy, right? And how these two, I feel like how these two got into the lover's energy is because of this feminine energy here who used her passion, right? Who used her passion to get this man to lust after her, right? That's how she got him in the lover's energy with her, right? And her motive for using her passion, right, was to get this masculine to offer her this proposal of marriage, right? That was her motive for using her passion on this man, right? To get this masculine, to offer her hand, with this proposal of marriage, right? So the next level, when it comes to these two, is more than likely a union between the two of these people, right? And so when it comes to this third energy card here, this could be you, I feel like, collective, that your throne awaits. This could be you, that your throne awaits for a God and Goddess to come together. For a God and Goddess, to come together and hold this position of marriage, right? But I feel like your position got snatched by this woman that this masculine offered this proposal of marriage to, right? How? Because how your position got snatched? Because I feel like she was the one here who went peeping through y'all's Akashic records when it comes to the bottom of the deck with these current energies. She was the one that went peeping through y'all Akashic records, right? And discovered that you were the goddess to this God, right? You were the goddess to this God, which was this masculine, right? That offered her this proposal of marriage. You were the one that was supposed to be the goddess to this God, right? And have this divine union with this man. But she somehow, I feel like she somehow did some destiny swapping spell work, right? So that she could have, this divine union with this masculine. And so when it comes to your throne awaits, right? I feel like this remains to be known, right? This remains to be known if you are going to be the goddess to this God, which was this masculine that offered this proposal of marriage to this woman. right? Because as we head down here to our next row of energies, right? Before I shuffle these cards, right? This card here was on the bottom of the deck. This card here was on the bottom of the deck with this masculine here who's appearing to look stressed and angry, right? Because with intuition being here on the bottom of this card, right? He done got to thinking about he done got to thinking about these two lovers, right? He done got to thinking about these two lovers, right? And so I feel like he was the one, right? He's the one that seeks revenge on one of these two lovers. He's the one that seeks, yeah. See, I feel like he's the one that seeks revenge on one of these two lovers. Because he done got to thinking that this feminine energy done used this passion on this masculine like she used this passion on him. That's what got him so angry. Because he's thinking that she done used this passion on him to get him in this lust energy, right? So that the both of these two could, be these lovers, right? And, and that's what made him angry, right? And want this revenge. And I feel like it was on this masculine, right? Because he was the one that offered this marriage proposal to this woman, right? He thinking that, I feel like he thinking that the reason this masculine offered this proposal of marriage to this woman is to keep, her away from any other man. That's what made him, seek this revenge, right? And, as we look at this card, his revenge was hurting this man. Yeah, because there's blood on this knife. So his revenge, when it came to this masculine, was hurting this man. And being that this knife is pointed to the ground, he may have, ended this man's life. He may have ended this man's life, right? Because when it comes to this next energy card, I feel like, once he got his revenge, this masculine that offered this proposal of marriage to this woman went missing, right? Because he done hurt him, right? He done hurt this masculine because there's blood here on the envelope. He done hurt this masculine. And done possibly told this woman that used this same passion on him with this envelope being here. He done possibly told this woman what he did. And so, your throne awaits. When it comes to you, you may not know nothing about, what's done happened to this masculine. You may not know nothing about what's done happened to this masculine. This masculine's life could be actually over, right? Without you knowing anything about it. And so your throne awaits could be, with this other God. Because this masculine that offered this proposal to this other woman, his life may be over with. So your throne awaits could be with this other God, right? That you could be the goddess to, right? And so, yeah, I feel like this woman knows what this woman knows what this crazy guy that she was used this passion on did to this masculine. I feel like she knows what this crazy guy did to this masculine, right? And you don't. I feel like you don't know, right? You don't know what happened to this masculine, but she does, right? And see, you could be while you're thrown away, right? You could be this could be this feminine energy who likes to party, right? And so this woman that wanted your position is still after your position. I feel like she's still after your position, and then started stalking you, because she could know you the type that likes to party. So I feel like she's still after this position because of this destiny swapping spell work that she did, on this divine union when it came to you and this first masculine. And so I feel like, you know, she's this spell work has her still feeling like she's supposed to be the goddess to, this spell work still got her feeling like she's the one who's supposed to be the goddess, right? When it comes to you in this position, right? And since she couldn't have, this first masculine's she couldn't so she couldn't be with this first masculine and have this divine union with. She's still after, she's still after your spot, right? She's still after your spot. Because the spell work, has her in that energy of feeling like she's the goddess, right? So she's still after your position. Even though this first masculine may not even be, alive anymore, right? And see, you, like I said, you could be the type that likes to party and got this witch still, after you. And got this witch still after you. She could be on a stalking you. She could be stalking you, right? She could have started stalking you because she could have started stalking you because she know you like the party, right? And I feel like that's to see, what masculine, gonna be the god to you, right? What masculine gonna be the god to this goddess, right? So because she still wants your spot. So she's trying to see what masculine gonna be the god to this goddess, right? Cause see, you're still, your spot is still this spot is still open for you to have, and that's what this woman knows, cause she went looking through your Akashic records, right? And so, like I said, she could know you the type that likes to party and started stalking you, right? Because she knows you like to party, right? Because she still wants, to have a divine union, right? She still wants to have, like, she still wants to have your position and get the divine union that that you are the one who's supposed to have, right? So that's how she gonna end up being your power supply. That's how she gonna end up being your power supply. That's how she gonna be the one to end up being your power supply, right? Because as we go to the bottom of the deck here, the bottom of the deck says drugs and poison, right? So being that this woman, done notice you like the party, right? That's how she gonna be the power supply to you and these drugs, right? That's how she gonna be the power supply to you and these drugs, right? Because with the word poison being on the underneath drugs, right? I feel like she could be trying to like, she could be, wow, collective, she could be like the one that's trying to like, she could be trying to like poison you, right? She could be the one, she could be trying to poison you. Because I feel like you don't know who this woman is, right? I feel like you don't know who this woman is, right? And she gonna try to, some type of way, she gonna, be the power supply when it comes to getting you on these drugs, right? She could be either, she could be either she could be either manipulating your mind to get on these drugs, right? And then once she gets you on these drugs, she could try to poison you. She could try to poison you to get rid of you too, right? She could be, the one that's trying to end up wanting to poison you so that she could get rid of you too. Because that's how obsessed she is with having your destiny. Yeah. She could be the one, to manipulate you into getting on these drugs. And then once she gets you on these drugs, try and poison you, right? Since she couldn't have that first, masculine, right? Who I feel is no more, right? Since she couldn't have that first masculine, who I feel is no more, right? I feel like she wants to get rid of you. She wants to be the one to get rid of you since that masculine got rid of, this, that crazy masculine got rid of, her lover. Now she's trying to get rid of you. That's what I feel like. So we're going to get ready to get into the tarot to see what caused this situation to occur, right? Because see, you could have been, well, you could have not known that, you collective could have not known that this masculine was being a player. You could have been the one who didn't know that this masculine was being a player when it came to this other woman, right? You were more likely were the one who didn't know that this masculine was being a player. You didn't know that this masculine was being a player, right? You didn't know. You didn't know that this masculine was being a player. You could have not known that this masculine was being a player, right? Right? And started having sex with this other woman, right? That card fell out the deck. And started having sex with this other woman who used her passion to get him to lust after her, right? And so that's how these two could have ended up in the lovers, That's more than likely how these two ended up in the lovers energy. Right? So we can get into the tarot to see what caused the situation to occur, right? Let's see. I feel like once this other guy that this woman that this come on cards. Excuse me, collect. Hold on. I feel like this woman that used her passion, she was dealing with both of these two men. She was dealing with both of these two men. right? And she could have been dealing with both of these two men, but wanted your masculine, But something about your masculine, she wanted to be, in the lover's energy. It was something about your masculine that she wanted. She could have knew that your masculine. She could have knew that this masculine wanted marriage with you. Spirit, I need an energy card, please. Spirit, I need an energy card, please. Thank you. Yeah. So when it comes to these two lovers here, that this woman used her passion to get this masculine to lust after her. This is a lost opportunity for this woman that used her passion, right? This was a lost opportunity. This is a lost opportunity for this woman that used her passion to get this masculine to lust after her, right? This is a lost opportunity for these two lovers. This is a lost opportunity for these two lovers, right? That this woman used her passion to get this masculine to lust after her. This is a loss. This is a lost opportunity for these two lovers, right? Bottom of the deck. Bottom of the deck. Phone call in reverse, right? So this is it's because this gonna be a lost opportunity for these two lovers that this woman used this passion to get this masculine lust after her, right? Because this marriage of proposal, right? Because this marriage of proposal, which was supposed to lead to the next level of being a union, right? This masculine, this masculine, this masculine, right, has started. Once he offered her this proposal of marriage, right, which was supposed to lead to the next level, right, of a union between these two, this masculine started like feeling like she was this something to do person, right? This masculine started feeling like she was this something to do person, right? This masculine started feeling like something to do. She was this something to do person. That's why, that's why your throne. That's why your throne awaits, right? Because this God, right, which is masculine, has started like feeling like, you know, this guy started like feeling, like his energy. This guy has started feeling his energy towards you, right? This guy has started feeling his energy of wanting this marriage for you, right? And which made this other woman want to fight. Which made this other woman want to fight. Which made this other woman want to fight for this divine union, right? Because she felt like this person was being unfaithful. She felt like this person was being unfaithful, right? When it came to her. That's why she went peeping through these Akashic records and did this. That's why she went peeping through this Akashic records, right? And did this destiny swapping. I feel like she and did this spell work, destiny swapping spell work. Cause she wanted to fight for this divine union, right? She wanted to fight for having this divine union with your masculine, right? Who was being unfaithful to you with her, right? And and so she and so she had blocked this she had blocked this other guy, right? She had blocked this that crazy guy. She had blocked him. She had blocked him. That's why he got angry, right? That's why he got angry and seek revenge, because she had blocked him and started using her passion, right? And start using her passion for your masculine, right? And then, and start using her passion for your masculine to get him to lust after her, right? And that's what made, the guy that's what made the guy who got blocked wanted to seek revenge, right? And hurt this masculine, right? Cause this backfired on this woman. Right? When it came to him offering her this proposal of marriage, right? Cause he started feeling like she was just something to do. Right? He started feeling like she was just something to do, right? And got missing. Right? But this man that seek revenge, right, could have done hurt him, right? Could have done hurt him up. This man that seek revenge, right, could have done, could have done put an end to this masculine, right? Because once he went missing, right? Once he went missing, right? The evidence was on the envelope. The evidence was on this envelope, right? The evidence was on this envelope. That this masculine who seek revenge had did something bad to him, right? And so, the woman that he felt like, that he started feeling like she was just something to do, right? She once she got her evidence, right? Once she got her evidence that something had happened to this masculine, right? That's what made her still want to fight. That's what made her still want to fight for your position of being a goddess to a god, right? Because she went peeping through the Cosmic records and know that, this was your destiny. This was your destiny, right? Of being in a marriage. Right? And so, you know, she and so she was the one, right? She was the one that was being sneaky. She was the one that was being sneaky at this party, right? She was the one that was being sneaky at this party. She was the one that was being sneaky at this party, right? Cause she still wanted she still wanted, your position. She was the one that was being sneaky at this party, right? Still wanting to fight for your position, right? Because she had this sex addiction, right? She had this sex addiction. She had got this sex addiction from she had got this sex addiction from your masculine who was being unfaithful. She had got this sex addiction from your masculine who was being unfaithful, right? About, having this divine union with her, right? She had got this sex addiction from your masculine who was being unfaithful when it came to, having this divine union with her. That's the reason she wanted to fight, still wanted to fight for your position, right? And so this sex addiction was, her, this sex addiction was like her power supply, right? And 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 wanted to like and wanted to get you on these drugs, right? And wanted to get you wanted to get you on these drugs, right? Because this this could have been, what your unfaithful masculine was on. This could have been what your unfaithful masculine was on during the time, when he was, supposed to have this divine union with you, right? Right? And so the woman who has this sex addiction, right? She started using this mirror magic, right? She started using this mirror magic on this she started using this mirror magic, right? On this crazy masculine, right? She started using this mirror magic on this crazy masculine. That's how he got in the energy. That's how she was using this mirror magic on this crazy masculine and then blocked them, right? That's what had this masculine crazy, this mirror magic, cause she gonna use it on him and then block this masculine, right? That's the reason why he had seek revenge, right? Cause this had backfired on this had backfired on him. This had backfired on him, right? Once she blocked him. And that's what made him, that's what made him angry. That's what made him angry with this that's what made him angry with these two lovers, right? And wanted this to be a lost opportunity for this masculine, right? Because, this problem solver had evidence, right? This problem solver had evidence that this masculine who went missing, right, had offered this proposal to her, right? And he was the one that told her she was just something to do to him, right? He was the one that told her she was just something to do to him. Because this problem solver had evidence that this missing masculine, had offered this proposal of marriage to her and told her that this masculine he could have told her that this masculine said that she was just something to do, right? Yeah, because this problem solver, right, had evidence that this missing masculine, right, felt like this woman that he had offered this proposal to was just something to do, right? That's why she was being sneaky, right? That's why she was being sneaky, right? That's why she was being sneaky at at this party that's why she was being sneaky at this party, right? Because she didn't know that this woman, she didn't know that this woman was the gift to this masculine, right? She didn't know that this woman was the gift to this masculine. That's the reason she wanted to fight for her position, right? Yeah, that's the reason she wanted to fight for her position. Because this guy because this God who, because this first masculine who was supposed to be the God to this goddess, right? This person, right? This person could have been the type that works a lot, right? This masculine was the type that works a lot, right? And that's how that's how that's how this woman got this sex addiction, right? That's how this woman got this sex addiction, because she was the power supply to him, right? She was the power supply to him being unfaithful, right? She was the power supply to him being unfaithful until he stopped wanting to, you know, until he stopped until he stopped wanting to talk to her. Until he stopped wanting to talk to her. And so, and so, you know, until he stopped wanting to talk to her, right? And so the person with this sex addiction, right? That's the reason she wants to get that's the reason she wants to get this woman on drugs, right? Because this man was being unfaithful to her. That, you know, that she wanted to have this divine union with. And so she thinking that she can, you know, I feel like she's thinking that she can, like, poison this woman, right? She can poison this woman's mind. She thinking that if she can poison this woman's mind and get her on these drugs, she either thinking she can poison this woman's mind and get her on these drugs, that she can still, you know, have this goddess destiny. I think she's still thinking she can have this goddess destiny, right? She thinking she can still have this goddess destiny. She thinking she can still have this goddess destiny because this unfaithful man, um, this unfaithful man, you know, I feel like it's no longer. I feel like something bad happened to him. This unfaithful man that she was supposed to have this divine union with is no longer. It's no longer. I feel like his life is over with, and so she thinking that if she can get her on these drugs, that she can, you know, possibly poison her and have her, you know, and have her and have her and have her in the same energy as this masculine was in, being unfaithful, right? And have her in the same energy that this first masculine was in, being unfaithful, right? Being unfaithful, right? As this concludes what caused this situation to occur, when it comes to this next row of energies, right? When it comes to this next row of energy cards, right? That we're about to see what affected these energies when it comes to this situation, right? This could be like a hookup. Once she get this woman on these drugs, once she manipulate this woman to get on these drugs at this party, this could be like a hookup with this goddess to have a one night stand with this masculine. This could be like a hookup. This could be like a hookup with this. This could be like a hookup. This could be like a hookup with this masculine that she uses mirror magic on. Oh God. This could be like a hookup with this masculine that she uses mirror magic on. Oh, we're gonna see. The world. Yeah. Cause see, this crazy masculine that she used this mirror magic on, he just wants some peace. He just wants some peace now that she done blocked him, right? He just wants some peace now that she done blocked him, right? But what backfired on him is this revenge that he done to this masculine. And so this peace, and so this peace, um, this peace, this peace. So he thinking he got this peace, right? So he thinking he got peace with this woman that used this mirror magic. Because she done blocked him. Yeah, but like I said, what's done backfired is this revenge that he done on this masculine that he hurt, right? Because bottom of the deck we got storm, turmoils coming ahead, right? Because what's done backfired is the revenge, right? Is the what's done backfired is this revenge that he done when he hurt this masculine, right? What's done backfired is this revenge that he done when he hurt this masculine, right? What's gonna backfire? What's done backfired is this revenge. Um, is this revenge that he done when he hurt this masculine, right? Because this woman that likes to party is having fun with him. Gonna start having fun with him. Gonna start having fun with him. Yep, this woman that likes to party gonna start having problems with him. And these two could possibly get in the lover's energy. And this woman that used her passion is gonna start feeling like this a lost opportunity for her. And that crazy guy that seeks his revenge, right? Because this problem solver, this problem solver done start getting this inner growth, right? And then got a whole new perspective about himself, right? And then got a whole new perspective about himself. And this masculine that went missing, she has evidence that he did some harm to him, right? She has evidence that he did harm to him. So this something to do woman gonna start feeling like this crazy guy wanna offer her this a proposal of marriage, right? Which may be the next level for these two. And she gonna want him to feel like she did something to do person like this masculine was feeling about her. right? Like this masculine was feeling about her, cause cause she don't want her to get, you know, she don't want her to have this gift, right? She don't want her to have this gift of marriage with this person, right? She don't want her to have this gift of marriage with this person, right? She don't want her to have this gift of marriage with this masculine, right? And who don't know that, because this card in reverse, who don't know that this woman wants some type of, reconciliation with him, right? Who don't know that this woman wants some type of who don't know that this woman wants some type of reconciliation with him and rebuild something with him. That's why, she being sneaky with this woman at this party, right? That's why she being sneaky with this woman at this party, right? Because she still wants to fight for her spot and be the, and be the goddess to, you know, and be the goddess to this God, right? And be the goddess to this God, right? That your throne still awaits, to have this position, right? And so, being that this person works a lot, being that this masculine, and so being that this masculine could be could be this type that works a lot, just like this other masculine was, right? She don't want to. She don't want to. She don't want to compromise. She don't want to compromise. She not gonna want to compromise at making changes, right? She not gonna want to compromise at making changes, right? Cause she still got this sex addiction from this first masculine who was being unfaithful, right? And so being that this masculine could be the type that works a lot like the first masculine was, she not gonna want to compromise at making changes, right? Because that's how she was getting her power supply, right? That's how she was getting her power supply to, to the to feed this sex addiction, right? That's how she you know gets her power supply. Because yeah, that's how she gets her power supply, right? When it comes to having this sex addiction, because that's how she's able to get her power supply, because the first masculine that works a lot, right? Sex addiction had rubbed off on her, right? Or put it this way, like I said, that's how she gets her power supply, right? Because a masculine that works a lot makes her sex addiction like, put it this way, a masculine that works a lot makes, her power supply of having this sex addiction stronger, right? And so she gonna want she gonna want this masculine to be unfaithful. She gonna want this masculine to be unfaithful, right? Just like this first masculine was unfaithful to her. So that, to make to make to make to make who your throne awaits want to fight. To make you who your throne awaits wants to fight, right? So this gonna be the storm, right? So this gonna be the storm. That's So this gonna be the storm. You know, she gonna have this masculine unfaithful once he gets into this divine union with you to make you wanna fight, right? To make you wanna fight for your God and goddess position, right? And so this is a and so once your throne awaits, there's gonna be this storm, right? So once your throne awaits, there's gonna be this storm that's gonna cause a lot of turmoils coming ahead. Once your throne awaits for this God and goddess to come together, there's gonna be this storm that's gonna cause a lot of turmoils coming ahead. Right? So we gonna pull some energy blocks to see what blockages these energies created for themselves. Right? We gonna to see what blockages these energies created for themselves. Right? To see what blockages these energies created for themselves. If we conclude the ending of this intuitive message. Okay. So when it comes to what blockages were created, right? Comes to what blockages were created. When it comes to these energies, right? This crazy masculine gonna get to thinking that this crazy masculine that used his intuition. This crazy masculine gonna start using his intuition, right? When it comes to wanting peace, right? And so he gonna make a wish, right? He gonna make a wish. He gonna make a wish, right? For his heart to he gonna make a wish for his heart to he gonna make a wish for his heart to come clean, right? He gonna make a wish for his heart to be clean, right? But he gonna make a wish. No, put it this way, collective. He gonna make a wish for love, right? He gonna make a wish for love to come, right? He gonna make a wish for love. He gonna make a wish. He gonna make this wish to have love in his heart, right? And it's not gonna work, right? And it's not gonna work. He gonna make a wish to have love in his heart, and it's not gonna work, right? Because the woman that used this mirror magic on him don't want him to have any love in his heart for no one else, right? Yeah, she don't want him to have any love in his heart, but for she don't want him to put it this way. She don't want him to have love in his heart for no one else but her. That's why she used this mirror magic on him. Then blocked him, right? Cause she want him to get to thinking on she want him to get to thinking on her and what he did to get his revenge on this masculine, right? That he could have possibly did something bad to. And so this what backfired on him. This what backfired on him is this revenge. This revenge when he hurt this masculine, right? This woman that likes to party. This woman that likes to party, um, this woman is not that likes to party is this woman that likes to party, right, is no longer gonna wanna, is no longer gonna what's gonna happen, this woman that likes to party is no longer gonna be in this party energy, right? And so it's like all her partying days gonna be over, right? Once she get with this masculine who seek revenge on on this first masculine, right? That he hurt it up. Once, yeah. This woman that likes to party, right? She no longer gonna wanna be in this party energy anymore, cause she gonna start having fun with this person, right? That seeked his revenge on the masculine that she was supposed to marry in the first place. And this what's gonna backfire on him, right? Is that this what's gonna backfire on him? Is that this problem solver gonna start, becoming a whole different person, right? Because of this inner growth that he's done embodied, right? Not knowing that this return to sender, not knowing that this return to sender is, gonna be with this woman who has this evidence on him that this masculine who went missing, the reason this masculine went missing is because he done something bad to him, right? And gonna tell, and gonna tell the woman that he having this fun with, that he more than likely gonna offer this proposal of marriage to, that she just something to do. Gonna start telling this woman she could start telling this woman he has a STD, like a sexual transmitted demon. She could tell this woman this. That could be what she tell this woman, that she feel like this masculine has a sexually transmitted demon, right? Yeah, because she don't want her to have this gift that she don't want her to have this gift, right? That she wanted. She don't want her to have the gift that she wanted, which was marriage, right? She don't want her to have the gift that she wanted, which was marriage, right? And so, um, she could get back into, you know, so how she could get back into reconciliation with this masculine by putting something by putting something by putting something in this woman's drink. How she could get back in reconciliation with this masculine was was by putting something in this woman's drink, so that this could remind him of her. So that yeah, so that wait, yeah, so how did excuse me. So how did she how she could get back in reconciliation with this masculine, um is she by putting something in this woman's drink, right? So that she could rebuild something with him. That's what she was being sneaky at this party with this woman about, right? That's what she was being sneaky at this party with this woman about, putting some type of drugs in her drink. That's gonna make her wanna fight. That's gonna make her wanna fight this God, right? That's gonna make her wanna fight this God. That's gonna make her wanna fight, fight with this masculine who these two supposed to have, this position of marriage, right? Who these two supposed to have this position, whatever this drug is she putting in her drink gonna make her want to fight, right? So that your throne will still await for a God and goddess, right? So that your throne so that your throne will still have to await for a God and goddess, right? Because she gonna start compromising with this man, right? She No, take that back, man. Take that back, collective. This man gonna start compromising with her and making changes, right? This masculine gonna start compromising with her and making changes, right? Because this person works a lot, and so she gonna be the power supply with giving with she gonna be the power supply when it comes to him having this sex addiction. She gonna be the power supply when it comes to him having this sex addiction, so that he can be unfaithful to this woman, right? So that he can be unfaithful to this woman that he's supposed to have this divine union with. Yep, that's what's gonna end up happening. And so we can pull some zodiac signs to see this lover that got missing, that this crazy masculine hurt, this crazy masculine did something bad to. He oh he this masculine that was in the lust energy, he could have been this Taurus, right? He could have been this Taurus that this woman used this passion on to get him in the lover's energy, right? He could have been this Taurus. Yeah, he could have been this Taurus that she used her passion on to get him to lust after her, right? Right? Yeah, she could have been this Capricorn, right? She could have been this Capricorn in devil energy, right? In devil energy. She could have been this Capricorn who was in devil energy, and that's how this became a lost opportunity, right? Because she had blocked this crazy masculine, right? She had blocked this crazy masculine who could have been his Aries, and that's what made him upset, right? That's what made him upset and seek this revenge, right? And seek his revenge, right? Until this backfired on him. Until this backfired on him, right? Until this backfired on him, because he started wanting to balance his life. He started wanting to balance his life out with this possibly Libra. He wanted to start balancing his life out with possibly this Libra, right? With this woman who likes to party, who could have been possibly this Libra, but being that she was using this mirror magic on him, right? Being that she was using this mirror magic on him, it was like he didn't know which one of these two he loved, right? And he didn't know which one of these two he loved, right? And so, this woman that liked the party got to thinking that, this problem solver, she got to thinking, she got to thinking that this problem solver, had something to do with the missing masculine. She got to thinking that because, the woman that had this evidence that he was missing, the woman that had the evidence that he was missing, right, made her, feel like he got this STD from he got this sexual transcendent demon from this first masculine, right? From this first masculine, right? You know, that from this first masculine, right? Who you know could have thought of her as being the one, right? Who could have you know thought of her as being the one, right? He could have thought of her as being the one, but being that he had this STD, you know, this had him in his feelings when it came to this woman that had this sex addiction, right? And so we're gonna pull, and so that concludes the end of this message, my love. We're gonna pull energy card with what spirit wants you to know when it comes to this situation. All right. You can pull the energy card when it comes to what spirit wants you to know when it comes to this situation. I just need one energy card, please. So spirit wants you, collective, to put yourself first. Loving yourself makes your more romantically. Loving yourself makes your connection, like I feel like, more romantically attractive. Loving yourself makes your being that this card is right on top of gift, I have it over here in this section. Loving yourself makes your gift, right, more romantically attractive, right? Spirit wants you to put yourself first, because loving yourself makes your energy, and gift, more romantically attractive. Okay? Put yourself first. Right? So that concludes the end of this message, collective. And if this message resonated with you, I was glad to be the vessel used from Spirit to give you the confirmation that was needed to start your healing journey. And until next time that we meet on these Ricketts Tarot Streets, my loves, stay blessed and take care.